Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. I wanted to share this very viral video with you. I'm not going to stay on camera because when I play the videos it kind of buffers and moves slow, but this man is upset because he was hurt and offended. He wants to have a sleepover for his daughter, and the mother said absolutely not. My daughters cannot come up over your house, and he's pissed about it. There have been a number of responses about this. People who are like, no, we don't care that it's 2025, no sleepovers for our children, they're not coming over your house. So I'm going to play the video of what he said and some of the reactions and my opinion about that. So please like, share, and subscribe to this video, and let's jump right on in.
So like last year I was trying to throw my daughter like a slumber party, and once again, no woman lives in the household. It's just me and my daughter, and like I communicated with one of the mothers, like just to see if she can get the ball rolling because she know a bunch of more mothers and whatnot. And then I asked, do she feel comfortable having, and as I was talking, she straight up interrupted me. No, I don't feel comfortable with that at all. And like I said, because I'm a man, and she was honest, and I respect her honesty. She was like, yes. And I'm like, that really made me that really did make me feel some type of way. So I expressed my, not even frustration, I was really sad. And I expressed that with other women, and they was like, well, Mark Anthony, you gotta see where she coming from, and blah blah blah, this and that and whatnot. And like, and I do understand like where women coming from, but it just hurt my feelings to know that me, just as a man, I get labeled as that. And like I would never do nothing like that to like I would never do nothing like that to kids, because like when I was growing up, like it was a situation, like I try to make jokes about it and whatnot, and like, long story short, it happened to me, but by a woman. And I just remember that feeling as I got older, and when I was younger, like I would never do that a child. And just know that like I couldn't even throw my daughter like a slumber party is because like they think I'ma do what somebody did to me, which was a woman, by the way. And like that shit made me damn near like cry for real, bro, because I'm just trying to like have my daughter, but that shit just made me really feel some type of way.
Okay, so there were a number of reactions about what he said, and look, do I think he's really upset? Yes, he is. He wanted to do something special for his daughter, but he needs to be real. He has to be realistic. Look at our country. Look at our world. Okay, this is the price good men pay. I don't know if he's a good man, but you get what I'm saying? Because we're not safe from their gender. We can't go outside at nighttime. We can't go around. If you see a group of men and you're crossing the street, some women get a little bit tense. We literally are being, well, preyed upon by men every single day. We watch the news. We see what happens to children. He can't act like he can't understand. I'm sorry that a woman touched him, but 99% of the time it's men, and men with an eggplant that hurts you. You know what I'm saying? So, no. Unfortunately, sleepovers was a thing back in the day, but the more crime has gone up and these child grapes and everything, a lot of women are not playing that, because at the end of the day, I don't know you like that. I don't know you like that. All right. And you are a man. So as a matter of fact, look what happened at one sleepover. The parents who trusted the man being in that home.
Did you guys hear about what this pedo piece of shit did? So this is 57-year-old Michael Maiden from Lake Oswego, Oregon. He's a father of two, going through a divorce, and on August 26, 2023, his middle school age daughter wanted to have a sleepover. So she had 3 friends over, they watched movies, did facials, all that normal girl stuff. And then Michael here decided that he was going to make them some smoothies. I noticed that they had little white chunks sprinkled on the top of them, but he insisted that they drink them. Except one girl didn't like it, so then he made her a different one. And then check this out. This is on the New York Post site. Maiden then made repeated trips down to the basement where the girls were sleeping, at one point holding his finger under a girl's nose to see if she was asleep, or maybe to see if she was breathing. He also moved one girl's arm and moved her body on the bed. The girl remained awake in fear that Mr. Maiden was going to do something to her friend. And another girl recalled feeling woozy, hot, and clumsy after drinking the smoothie and subsequently blacked out, falling into a thick, deep sleep that she said she had never experienced before. One of the 12-year-old girls was able to text her mom at 1:45 in the morning before she drifted off, pretty much begging for help. This is what she said, and I quote, "Mom, please pick me up and say I had a family emergency. I don't feel safe. I might not respond, but please come get me." And then she put one of the crying emojis. Please pick up. Please. And then in capital letters, please, with exclamations. That mom notified the parents of the other girls, and when they went to the house to try to get their kids, he was resistant to let them go, saying that they were all asleep. But the parents got their kids, and they all went to the Randall Children's Hospital, where they tested positive for benzos. So he literally drugged the smoothies of these 12-year-old girls.
Okay, so this actually happened. This happened maybe about a year ago, a few months ago to a year ago. But yes, like she said, this is why women are hesitant about letting their children be around these men. Okay, now you do have some sick women who are into things too with their husbands, but 99% of the time it's usually a man. And I don't know you like that. Even if it was a woman, I mean, baby, if I had children, I don't even feel comfortable dropping them off at daycare. I don't know you. Having a babysitter over would still make me nervous because I don't know you. I don't know what you might do, you know? So let me show you a few more reactions from the public about him being upset that the women don't want their daughters over his home.
You're giving those vibes as well. Like, you're giving the vibes. I'm not trying to be rude or anything, dude. So this man ran to the internet to tell us a sob story about him not being able to throw his daughter a sleepover party because he's a single dad, and he wanted to throw his daughter, mind you, his daughter's a preteen. He wanted to throw his daughter a sleepover. He's upset that his daughter's friends' parents would not let their daughters come and sleep over at his house because he is a single dad, and he's upset by it. He came to the internet thinking that the internet would be on his side over this. And absolutely not, buddy. I don't think I need to say this, but I guess I will. There should never be a time where a man wants to have a sleepover for his kid, his daughter specifically, and then be upset when it's, first of all, are you out of touch with reality, buddy? It's 2025. It's not 2000 anymore. No one's letting their kids sleep over anywhere, period, boy or girl. Too many things go on. Too many people are crazy. Right now, this video makes you look a little suspect, buddy, because there's no shot that you don't understand why people wouldn't let their preteen daughter sleep at your house as a single father. But like, come on, bro. Like this, you thought you were going to come to the internet and get that like sob, single dad, people are going to feel sorry for you, but we're not feeling sorry for you, buddy. No shot that you're upset that little girls can't sleep at your house. Like, that's weird, buddy. That's so, how don't you understand the concept? Too many weirdos exist in this life. And more times than not, people are widows. You know how many times people get assaulted, little kids get assaulted, and they don't speak up? So think about all the ones that have been reported, but then think about all the ones that have not been reported. And so those mothers or fathers, whoever didn't let their daughters come sleep at your house, they are good parents because they should not. I would question it if they did let. I don't have any kids, but if I did have a kid, daughter or son, I'm not letting my son or daughter go and sleep at a man's house. I'm just being honest.
There's a single dad going viral right now. He has a preteen daughter, and he was trying to host a sleepover with all of her girlfriends. He said that he reached out to one of his daughter's friends' moms, and he asked her to get the ball rolling and planning a sleepover because he didn't really know a lot of the other parents. And that immediately this mom was like, I am not comfortable letting my daughter go stay at your house because you're a man. It's nothing personal. He said that his feelings were so hurt because something like that happened to him when he was a child, so he would never ever do that to a child, right? Now, his intentions for making the video seem genuine. He's kind of trying to spread the message like single fathers have it hard out here trying to do stuff for their kids, especially when they have daughters, because they're not trusted, right? And he did say that he understands where the women are coming from, especially because he went through that as a child. But his behavior after women started calling him out exposes everything. Not only that, but he left out a lot of very important details about why these women would be even less likely to trust him. He failed to mention that he actually makes spicy content, probably in his own home. I don't know that part. But apparently in his TikTok, he had a link that took you to a separate profile where you had to pay to access all of his spicy videos. Not only that, but this man has his mugshot pinned to his TikTok profile, as if these women haven't probably scoped out his profile already. And the charges that he was arrested on was battery and child endangerment. So now as a woman, you tell me if you're gonna let your daughter go stay at a man's house who has all of this going on. So once people caught on to this video and female creators started to call him out, he actually started getting very defensive and arguing with these women, calling them names, saying like really, really gross stuff to them, which is a huge red flag to me. Like, why are you so mad? I don't know about you, and I'm not saying he is, but why do I feel like this is exactly how a predator would behave? Like, there are so many other alternatives to hosting a sleepover as a man. You could have asked any of her family members to host a sleepover. You could have asked her mother to host a sleepover over there. You could have done a day party, but instead you want to get on the internet and cry about the fact that women don't trust you. I feel like all these women made the right choice. We have to protect our children. It's obviously nothing personal, but no woman in their right fucking mind is gonna let their daughter go stay at a man's house. And the reason I'm making this video is because, again, I feel like he's behaving the way that somebody who does stuff like that would behave. He's being very, very defensive, if that makes sense.
The man that came to the internet upset because he was told that it would be weird for him to host a sleepover for his preteen daughter. Joke's on you. My child will not be sleeping over at anyone's house at any age under the age of 18. Yeah, we don't do sleepovers in this house, and we only have a few select family members that she will be allowed to sleep over at, but we're not doing sleepovers in this house. I don't care. I'll be that parent. Do you know how many retired law enforcement and detectives have come on to the internet and said how dangerous it is to let your children sleep over at anyone's house, even family members? And when kids get SA'd or abused, it's usually the people closest to you. It's usually family members. It's usually family friends. And I don't know who's all over there. I don't know how old their oldest brother is. I don't know if they have an uncle over there. I don't know if they got a cousin over there. I don't know what's going on. And it doesn't have to be male, female. I'm not going to put a gender on it. It doesn't matter these days. Everybody's doing these things. You got female teachers doing these things. So yeah, we don't do sleepovers in this house. It'll be a hell no. And if it's like a party with a sleepover, I will pick my daughter up at like midnight if I have to, before I ever let her sleep over. Because yeah, you can go look at how many cases, there's thousands of cases where children have been SA'd or attempted SA or abused at sleepovers.
And to the single dad that is mad at those moms because they won't let their daughter spend the night at his house for his sleepover with his daughter, to you, sir, I say, we do not care. It's 2025, sir. Most of us are not letting our kids spend the night at the single dad mom's house, the husband and the wife's house, nobody's house. Most of us, not all. Don't come in my comments talking about we still do sleepovers. Good for you, baby. But over here, we do not do sleepovers. You remember that time that nurse, y'all know the story. If you don't know it, just look it up. I'm sure you can find it. The lady was friends with a nurse, and she finally was going to let her daughter spend the night over there. Come to find out, the nurse's, I don't know if it's a boyfriend or her husband. Anyway, he was a what? The nurse was like, honey, you'll be so excited. So-and-so spend the night over here tonight. I'm going to set the camera up. She was on it, the nurse. And this lady was really good friends with this nurse. You just can't trust nobody these days, unfortunately. We got to pray for this world because you can't trust these people. Feel your feelings, but come up with a different solution because sleepovers just ain't gonna get it.
So like last year, I was trying to throw my daughter like a slumber.
Not if Mother Teresa herself came down to chaperone the slumber party would I allow my kid to sleep over at anybody's house where I am not. I was a CPS worker for 10 years. Not only will I not let my kids sleep over somewhere else, no kids sleeping over at my house. I don't know what y'all do at your house. So Then come over, we can all have fun, then we can go home. Everybody can sleep in their own beds. It'll be great. Everybody's safe. And honestly, if you're feeling a little sad and depressed because a bunch of responsible adults don't want their unattended minors sleeping over at your house, you might want to wonder a little bit more about that.
So that is it for this video. I want to know, what do you think? We don't live in a time where children can really enjoy being children having sleepovers. It was more common back in the day, but even back in the day, not everybody got to enjoy a sleepover because the parents were like, absolutely not. And, you know, we see the crime towards the little ones all the time. We see it on the news all the time, and you just can't trust anyone. Not even some women. Even if my child wasn't going over to have a sleepover, if I had a child, I don't even feel comfortable just going if I had to drop my child off to go to her friend's house and the father is there, I would still get a little bit nervous about it. I need to, first of all, naturally, you need to know the parent. I need to know things about you, hang out with you. And even when you do that, people still hide things, okay? And you definitely know something's wrong if the man keeps pressing it, like, come on, let's do this sleepover. Let him come over. Let him come over. No. Absolutely not. I have heard so many evil ones who have targeted underage children say that they look at women who seem vulnerable, or is the father present, or I build a friendship with them. Like the woman said who works at CPS, she has seen some of the most horrible cases where she knows for a fact, baby, you can't trust anyone. Now, yes, there are some women who do things to children, but 99% of the time we know that it's usually a man. But you can't trust anyone, woman or man, but especially a lot of men, and we know why. And look, even men in different countries know this. When people talk about strict laws where women can't even go around their male cousins without their husbands around, why? Because they know the nature of men. They know the nature of men. And even if you're related to them, they will still look at you that way if they're not getting any, and if you're repressed and all this other stuff. And in some cases, not even that, they will still look at you because they have an eggplant and you don't, and testosterone and sick thoughts and all types of stuff. So yeah, what we see today is just not safe. So look, that's the some of the opinions from people like, look, baby, we're not playing that. No sleepovers for my children. And yeah, I know it might make the child sad. Like, mama, please let me go over my friend's house and we can watch movies and have pizza and spend the night. I mean, naturally, you would love to do it. Most people would love it to be able to let their child experience that. And children, they don't know. They'll get angry at you and like, you don't let me do anything. You don't let me see my friend. And like, baby, you just don't understand. When you get older, you'll understand, okay? Unless you just put on the news and show your child, look at this child, your age and younger, look what happened, baby. This is why I'm not letting you out to have sleepovers, okay? You know, unless I'm over there or something, but no, it's just way too dangerous, especially a man. Oh, absolutely not. Okay, I applaud you for taking care of your child as a single father and doing the best that you can do. You might be a really great man, but even men who seem like great men target and do things to the babies. So I can't trust you. No one can be trusted. A lot of women who thought they can trust their man. I told you that story of that woman who gave her boyfriend, she let her boyfriend wash her daughter, her toddler, which is insane to me. She heard all this screaming in the bathroom, and he opened up the door and tried to cover it up, but then she noticed the baby bleeding and everything. The man had did you know what to the baby. This was her boyfriend, okay? I saw that case of the little girl who the stepdaddy or the boyfriend did you know what to her, and they had it on camera that she used to sleep in the bed with her mother and him together, and she didn't understand. She said, but he raised her. He's been around her since she was a baby. Yes, and he's also a man with an eggplant, and your daughter is growing up, and she's in the bed with him. Okay, normally you would think I can trust the man. I'm dating the man. He's like a father. Women forget that men are they're still men. And a lot of them are beasts of the field. You know what I'm saying? Naturally. Okay, you have a sprinkle who can practice self-control and who are into their religion and practice having morals and everything like that. But you have a lot of them, even some of them who wouldn't even, they have that other side that come out. They start getting, you know what, having, you know, if the little girl's in her underwear and stuff, then y'all get mad when your mama say, put on some clothes when your uncle or your cousins come over. What you mean? That's my family member. Yeah, they're still men. I'm sorry to tell you this. It doesn't mean they're going to try to grape you or touch you, but you should know the nature of men. Just because they're related to you doesn't stop that eggplant from, you know what, seeing your thighs and stuff, or sitting on laps and stuff. So I'm not having, if I had a child, no, you're not sitting on no man's lap. Okay? And, you know, a child is innocent. Of course, they don't know no better. You know, I'm the mother. I'm here to protect you. You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to be your protector. That is it for this video. I want you to get those likes up. Please hit the hype button if you can. And if you subscribe, please hit the bell and click all notifications so you know when I'm live and when I'm uploading. Baby, there has been so much going on this whole week. You know, I'm trying to touch on some of these topics. Some of them I'm a little bit behind on, like this story, but I definitely was going to give you my opinion about it. So let us know what you think. I will be reading your comments. Do you have children who follow me? And do you allow, it's not just your daughters, even your sons, do you allow sleepovers for your children? Why or why not in 2025? Okay, and did your child understand when you told them, no, you can't go over for a sleepover? What do you think about all of this? You all take care. Bye.